Hello.
I'm trying to get in touch with a fellow by the name of Leon Muhammad.
A true legend. That's what it is, brother.
Who said you a legend, man?
All of my compliments. Ring Magazine, Hall of Fame, all over the country says I'm a legend.
Well, first and foremost, right? First and foremost, before we get any farther along, Xander J. Hobson here, comedian, director and producer of boxing documentaries and troll to those who need trolling, checking in with the top-ranked lapdog, Leon Muhammad.
You calling me that because you're calling me that because Tom Rank said that?
I'm calling you that because the former welterweight champion of the world, Earl the Truth Spence, called you a top-ranked lapdog, sir.
You know, there's a lot that Leon Muhammad has to say regarding Errol Spence, and Errol Spence always takes the high road, right? Errol Spence finally responded, and he said that Leon Muhammad is nothing but Bob Arum's top-ranked lapdog.
Oh, he said that.
He said you're a top-ranked lapdog, sir. I'm repeating what was said about you. I didn't say you was a top-ranked lapdog. The champ said you was a top-ranked lapdog, so I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Say what?
The champ said that because the champ don't know me. The champ didn't know that I could reach out and touch it, but I chose not to touch it. See, sometimes people talk about what they don't know, brother.
Hey, listen, man, I just know the man called you a top-ranked lapdog, man, and now, how do you feel about Earl Spence getting his butt handed to him by Tszyu? Let's talk about that real quick, sir.
Well, let me say this to you, my brother. I've been in this game 60 years, worked with all the greats and all the near greats. Starting with Ali, Michael Leon, Spence, Charles Williams, Benny Briscoe, Smoking Joe Frazier, the great Sugar Ray Robinson on the hand in 1965 at the last fight down in Alabama, the promoter. I've been around this game as long as some of these people have been alive. So what I will say, I'm not going to blame my dear friend Chester, Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields thought he could revive me. What I said to Ronnie prior to the fight, I said, Ronnie, you know me a long time. But what I think you should do, Ronnie, I think you should get your man a tune-up, a couple tune-up, and let me make some calls to the matchmaker out there in the Midwest, get him some nobodies, and you can get them a good payday, get him a couple tune-up. A 3-year layoff from the ass whooping that he took in Las Vegas against my man, and retired former great champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, and Bud Trump, Omaha, Nebraska. He said it came back in 3 years and went straight to fight a former two-time world champion on the first fight back after 3-year layoff. Do you agree, Chester? You disagree? And I said that to my dear friend Ronnie Shields, who took over his training camp from Derek James. I said that to my friend Ronnie Shields prior to the fight. When I saw Ronnie in New York back in January, I said that to Ronnie when he took over.
Well, no, sir. I definitely agree with you on that. I don't know what Earl Spence was thinking, but I just think he just took a gambler's approach. And what I mean, a gambler's approach, he just put it all on the table and rolled the dice and said, I'm either going to crap out or I'm gonna hit my number right off the bat. And he crapped out when he fought Tszyu. I'm with you. I don't think it was a good idea that he took that fight. You know what I mean? I don't think that worked out well for him at all.
Yeah, Ronnie Shields agree with me, but I think his team, that Hollywood charade, and everybody knows Sam Watson is my guy, him and his 2 sons, and his lovely wife, shout out to them. But I think Sam and his team should have got the tune-up, as I said before. I mentioned that to Ronnie Shields, and I mentioned to Sam when I talked to him proud about the Sam you're doing. You better check that. Get what's on the table. We got to get it what's on the table. There's no tune-ups on the table. Sam, you're a promotional company. And y'all could have put him on the card prior to signing this fight. The fight for the fight in January, y'all could have put him in the jail and go where I'm on. If he's already in the jail, I think it was a bad decision on the promotional part.
Right.
That's what I think.
Right.
All my experience working with Don, shout out to the DK, who's going to be 95 years old on August 20, 1931, all started in Cleveland.
That's your guy.
He's going to be 95 on Thursday, August 20th. That's my man.
That's your guy. And the great James Stoney, his birthday is, I think it's the 24th. It's the 24th of this month. And James Stoney, hold on, Leon, hold on, man. My wife is calling me on this other line. She would call me right in the middle of the interview. Hold on, Leon, 1 second, hold on. Okay, Champ, the last thing that you were saying was he should have took a tune-up fight. That's what you were saying.
Oh, yeah. And I said that to the people around here. I know Ronnie Shields was brought in as a trainer. Ronnie Shields is a great trainer. He was a great fighter. But the powers that be didn't see what me and Ronnie and other people thought. They didn't listen, bro.
Right.
Because when your team don't listen, I've said this with you. I've said this with every interview I did in the last 5 years. A fighter is only good as his team.
Correct.
And my godfather, my old man, always said, big country, it ain't personal. It's always business. And they made a better decision, not with the fighter. They didn't discuss it with the fighter. They just made the deal with two people for decent payday for a guy that ain't been in 3 years. I think they sold their fight out.
Yeah, because they saying that Earl got $10 million. They said that he got $10 million for the fight. And, that wasn't, he didn't get beat up too bad or anything like that. He clearly lost, but he made $10 million walking out the door. So that wasn't a bad couple of dollars to put in his pocket.
You got $10 million on paper. You get $10 million. You got the taxes. And you don't know the contract. We don't know the contract, whether he has to pay for his team. But I know for a fact the Australians didn't give him no training expenses. They just put $10 million on his paper. And however his people did it, paid the spine partners on the Tszyu got his, the managers got his, his promotion company got his. He might have, the government got his. When he got back, he might have went home with $3 over $3 million. It came to that. So we don't really know because it wasn't a state contract because state contracts are personal knowledge.
Right.
A foreign contract, it's an Australian contract.
Right.
What happened to that is that them Jewish people are very smart. That probably was a great chance to beat my guys, B.A.M. Tszyu. It was a great fight. He didn't get beat up like you said, Chuck. But he was an awful fight.
Yeah. I seen a couple of times he threw a punch.
Never been that 3-year layoff.
No, I seen one shot where he threw a punch and his back foot came off the ground. I think that would be his left foot, but he threw a shot and his left foot came off the ground and he was leaning on his right foot, leaning forward, and it looked bad. And I say this. Your guy Terrence Crawford looked very disappointed. Terrence looked very disappointed.
Well, the problem when you got that with the kind of money he got, make the kind of decisions he want to make his own man. He thought he could go over there. I'll tell you how we think. We think we can go in somewhere. You can go over there and bully that white boy with his size and his strength. That white boy worked a couple months, get ready for it. You know he's the lay off. The white boy died, took his shots, and made him look like a dummy.
Yeah, well, but even even with that, Tszyu is a good fighter. Tszyu ain't no walk in the park. Hey, Leon, Tszyu ain't the guy you can walk up and smack him in his mouth and take his popsicle from him. He ain't gonna let you do nothing to him, Leon. Come on, we gotta give Tszyu some credit. Earl, listen, Earl might have thought Tszyu was a cream puff. We know that Tszyu wasn't no cream puff.
Yeah, we knew that, but his team thought he was a cream puff because he lost 3 out of his last fight. 7-2. So, and Earl Spence, see, Ronnie Shields trying to see, Ronnie Shields know more than Earl Spence' whole team. So Ronnie Shields was a fighter. You was a fighter. Just, you can't stay out the ring 3 years and come back and fight a former 2-time world champion and kick him on a bad night.
Yeah. Listen, you absolutely 100% right. You know, and I'm very disappointed that they did that. But again, man, you know, hey, listen, as far as I'm concerned as a fighter, well, let me back that up. Not a fighter, but a guy who could fight, but wasn't nowhere near the caliber of the type of dudes we talk about. Respect to all of them. But what I was getting ready to say is, man, you know, Earl.
You still was a fighter, bro.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to step back from that, compare myself, put myself out there. But what I'm just saying is, when you know, Earl, I'd rather see Earl take this last fight. He lost to a good fighter, a great fighter, come from a good pedigree, and now it sounds like Earl had enough. You know, I don't think that he's going to make try to fight again and try to take on this guy and take on that guy. You know what I mean? I'm glad. I just rather see him go out like, okay, man, I lost to the great Bud Crawford. I lost to the great Tszyu. Hey, man, I'm done with it, man. Let me go, man. I'm going to be an announcer now, man. He can follow the route of Sean Porter and...
That night that he was done, he said, I'm going to do what Michael Spence and them did and all the guys before you walk away. I said, Michael Spence got the one loss. He walked away. And we'll get to Michael Spence later. But what I'm saying, Doc, I just think that his team didn't listen to Ronnie Shields. And Ronnie Shields, very respected in the game, had plenty world champion. The dude was Georgia Benton. They kept him around due to the fact that he was a great trainer and a great listener. That's why he was around all those years with Georgia and all the guys. Everybody calls him Ronnie Shields. Not taking that away from his previous trainer, Derek James. He served his purpose. He got him all them titles. He got him to the big fight with Bass Crawford. He got himself a big payday, and he got his family a big payday. So praise be to Allah for that. But when times come, and he said in the ring, he said, I'm done. He said, I got my family, I got my health, I tried, but I'm done. That's what he said after the fight. He said he was done. But he's gonna be all right.
Right. Now let's talk about this. They're saying that your boy Bud is going to come back and pay Boots a visit.
You know, I got a call on that, and I sent word to the lawyer. I said, Bud, sit down somewhere. I didn't say word to him. I sent word to the grandmama. So he listened to grandma. He listened to mama too. My grandma called his dad, both of them. And my girls, they both his grandma. I said, if the big man was in there tonight, he had enough. It's over.
Right.
You're talking about a guy that's going to be 39 years old next month.
Right.
He's going to be 39. Stuff we know the wear and tear over the years, even when you was in the amateur, you reach out as you got a hole. You can't get up in the morning and run 4 or 5 miles like you was telling my nephew. You can't. Because your legs ain't, the strength in your legs, your calf ain't what it used to be.
Right.
You can't run them hills going up there in all kinds when we went into the field around that curve, man.
Yeah.
Fall out. Your legs will give out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't think there's enough money on the table for him to come back and fight me at 54.
Well, again, I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally don't want to see Terrence Crawford fight Boots. What does he have to prove by fighting Boots?
If he take all the titles at 54, Boots got to it. He takes 4 times at 54. He's in more in history. He gonna come out better than Tommy, Ray, Marvin, and all of them. And Roberto Duran.
Right.
I'm saying he shouldn't do it, Chuck. But if enough dead presents on the table, and your family never did it, I would make him take it.
Right.
Because his family, his children, and his children will have to forget.
Right.
So I'm saying, do we as fighters and boxing people think he should take it? No. Now, those he wanted to take, because that's a hell of a payday for him and his family.
Yeah.
But as a fight guy, as a fight, as a Hall of Famer, no.
Yeah.
You made enough money, Canelo. Leave it alone.
Right.
39 years old. We know what happened to the former champion. Red Page, when he came back, got beat up and wound up down in the nursing home.
Right.
So I'm saying, guys gotta think. And that's why I say that Michael Spence is the only one. Not saying this because I was with him for 12 years. He's my guy. Took that whooping from Tyson. June 27, 1988. 38 years ago, I walked away and said no more. Never came back.
Right.
Put money on the table, but if I hold it to him, but said no more. We're done.
Right.
And we walked away. Even though a couple more paydays would have been nice with Michael Spence, but Earl Spence got the call and baffle, man. Walk away, don't say no more.
Right.
Walk away, man.
Right.
At 39, Chuck, you know, at 39. Every fighter, Chuck. We all think, even honestly, with myself, we all think at that time, when my father made me quit at 75, I thought I had one more left.
Right.
I told Butch, give me one more fight. Butch said, no, you're probably going to kill me. With a shotgun, you're done.
Right.
So, I understand when it comes with the time. See, my father saw something that I couldn't see. A lot of people saw something I couldn't see. And then I had to detach the retina. And you know, in 75, there wasn't no laser for tap retina.
Right.
You know, in 75, 76 to me, it wasn't no, if you're going to tap retina, they use a knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I look at it, man. So I'm hoping that he don't come back. How you see it, Chuck? Do you see the Boots fight being made?
Well, I'm not really sure because I'm not close to them guys. And personally, I don't think Terrence needs Boots. You know, because see, it's just like you take Floyd Mayweather. There's a lot of currency in staying undefeated. Now, this is not me. I don't think that that Boots could beat the Terrence Crawford that beat Canelo. But now Terrence Crawford been off for at least 2 years, right? He ain't been active, has he?
It'll be a year next month.
Right.
Because I went to Vegas. I'm looking at my plate.
Right. Well, Terrence been fighting once a year. You know what I mean? He's been fighting once a year anyway. But nevertheless, I just don't think, to me, I don't think it's worth it for him. If he was going to fight Boots at middleweight and win a middleweight title, because he skipped over the middleweight division and went right to super middleweight. If he was going to fight for a middleweight title, I could see him saying, okay, yeah, man, I'll fight at middleweight because I didn't collect the middleweight title, and that'll add another weight division to my pedigree. But to fight Boots at junior middleweight, you know, I just don't really see it. It's like, oh, I mean, you already was a junior middleweight champion. You know, it's like, well, you know, I put it like this, man. I don't want to see the fight. Will I watch the fight if they fight? Of course I'm going to watch the fight to see what happened. But if Terrence was my son or my little brother or my charge, I would say, hey, man, if you ain't fighting Boots for the middleweight title, man, you don't need to fight him again. If anything, you need to fight somebody for the middleweight title. I don't care if it's just a lame duck, just to get the middleweight title on your resume and say, man, I'm done with it now. You know what I mean? How you feel about that, Leon?
Well, you know, the guy that Boots just beat is moving up to 60. He's going to fight for the title in October. It's 55 title. Let him get that title. Let him get that title. Come back, and the Puerto Ricans, you're in the Puerto Ricans, you fight in New York. The Puerto Ricans going to come out, and you fight next June on Cinco Day in May, or the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and you're all going to come out to Madison Square Garden. Often known in New York. He fought in New York a lot.
Right.
So I think that that's the fight. You wait, let the Puerto Rican boy win the title. Yeah, because David Benavidez, what's his name?
David Benavidez.
David Benavidez, he's too big.
I agree.
This kid will walk around 200.
Yeah.
Even if he came down to 68 or 75.
He's too big guy. He's a bigger guy. He's a big dude. Yeah, Benavidez is a big guy. He's a big dude. You can't.
He's a real big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
I've been in the fight game 60 years. Been with all the greats and near greats. Even when we moved up to fight Larry Holmes in 1985, with Michael Spence, Butch said to me, I said, Butch said to me when we made the deal, Butch started to start the ruckus with Larry, with Marciano. I started that with the press, telling Larry he couldn't carry Marciano's drop strap. I got Larry all worked up, so we got it worked up. But anyway, we knew the clock was there. When we knew the clock was there at the end for Larry. Larry was almost 40. In 85, he was almost 40. He had 48 fights. We knew the win, kid, the war with Tim Witherspoon.
That's terrible Tim Witherspoon, sir. Leon, that's terrible Tim Witherspoon. Not Tim, don't call it terrible Tim Witherspoon, Leon.
Terrible Tim Witherspoon, 2 times every time, but stop doing up. That's my fighter.
I know that. So how could you forget to leave the terrible? No, okay, he's your fighter. That's your guy.
We beat Larry and didn't get it.
But what I'm saying is, how do you forget to leave the terrible off of the terrible Tim, Leon?
Listen. I gave him the name Turbo Tim, me and Don. Turbo Tim.
Right.
I gave him the name, Larry.
Right, now I got you. I'm just saying, call the man by his name, Leon. Don't do that. There you go. That's more like it. That's all I'm asking of you, Leon. I'm not trying to be a wise guy. You know how man you are. I love you like an uncle, man. But don't disrespect the name, Leon.
We got to go to that bar they had in Atlanta the other night. That was a forest, bro.
Right. Now listen. Come on, you know why we really having this conversation, man. The nephew is getting ready to go up against my guy. And you know who my guy is. One Rolando Romero. The 3 times champion, Rolando Romero, collecting titles. I believe he's the welterweight champion, the junior welterweight champion, and maybe even he has a lightweight championship. 3-time world champion, Rolly Romero, going up against Teofimo Lopez. Now, let me say as a disclaimer, Teofimo is my guy too. I like Teo, but I don't like him more than I like Rolly.
Let me say something to you. Your track record speaks for itself. From the streets to the penitentiary to the fight game to the sports world. Teofimo Lopez is going to beat this kid. But he's not in that league. He was in the league where he got titles. Everybody take that with Rudy. universe know it. But Rolly is a decent fighter, but Teofimo is more seasoned. Not taking that away from Rolly. Rolly's a great fighter, but not taking that away from my man, who I was with. Still his advisor. I won't be out there that night, but I'm sending my sister out there. You should send your sister out there. She's going to be all right. My sister going out there for the fight. She's leaving Friday morning after we get off work. Thursday night, Friday morning, she's going to Vegas. She's out there for the fight. I already got a room and tickets for my sister. So be my your sister come. He said, oh man, I'll take care of you when I get back to New York. Because I don't want your help. We don't want you flying all around the country. I know you love me. It ain't personal, bro. It's business. And I don't know why you pick and roll it over knockout artists. I don't know why you pick and roll it, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you, Justin. I think you're ready for Barbary on stage room.
First of all, sir, Rolly is my guy. He's a great fighter. I like what he's done. He's only dropped a L twice. One to your guy Gervonta Tank Davis, and he dropped one to my guy Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You can't win them all. Okay, the great Sugar Ray Robinson didn't win them all. Okay, and Ali didn't win them all. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't win them all. But guess what? Rolly Romero, the 3-time champion, Leon, he's going to beat your guy, Teofimo Lopez, and if Teo is not careful, Leon, if he's not careful, Rolly will have him stretched out on that canvas looking up at them lights, man.
Tell you what, man, listen to me. Leon J. Muhammad, 6 years of boxing, I said, if Teofimo Lopez lose the Rolly on Saturday night in Las Vegas, all the fucking Jews going to join a Baptist church, and that ain't going to happen.
Well, let me tell you something, Leon.
Talk to me, doctor.
You and all of your Jewish friends, I know you got a lot of Jewish friends because, first of all, you are a top-ranked lap dog, and that is a Jewish promotion, okay? What I'm saying to you is, Leon, you, B.A.M, Benjamin Netanyahu, and all the rest of your Jewish friends, buddy, you better get ready to find you a nice Baptist church because Rolly Romero is going to deal sternly with your nephew, Teofimo Lopez. And again, I have no animus towards Teo. I actually like Teo primarily because he likes you, okay? But when it comes to Teo versus Rolly, Leon Muhammad, Sports Entertainment, top-ranked lapdog, you guys are going to have to go find you a nice Baptist church to join. I would suggest the church that my wife belongs to, and as does me, Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church in Clifton, New Jersey. I'll see all of you guys over there come Sunday, right after Rolly steamrolls your nephew Teofimo Lopez, sir.
Let me say this to you, bro. I've been in this game longer than you've been alive. And one thing I do know, when the cards ain't put you, you ain't gonna get no decision. Trust me. If you knock him down twice in the 12th, he won't get it. Because he's not a superstar. He don't sell.
We talking about Rolly is a superstar. He's an internet superstar. People, why do you think I love this young kid? I follow Rolly's page, man. I rocks with Rolly like that. And guess what? You have a generation of people who rock with Rolly Romero. Long live the rebellion, Leon.
Okay, man. I ain't gonna argue with you because you ready for the mental institution library up there on State Road because you ain't too bright, bro. I got to talk to my sister-in-law, your wife, about you. We got to get you committed some help, man. Because you talking about Teofimo Lopez going to be looking up at the lights in Las Vegas? Something wrong with you, bro.
Looking up at the lights in Vegas. Matter of fact, Rolly might have to take and put a pillow underneath his head.
Bro, I'm the 24th of October. I ain't about no talking. I'm the 24th of October. You been 27th of Montgomery. Let's get it on. I ain't about no talking, man. I want the 3 blocks.
Well,
I ain't about no talking, bro.
Listen, don't get upset with me because my guy Rolly.
We'll see Saturday night.
You said the same thing when Rolly fought against Shakur Stevenson. You said the same thing, Leon. You sound identical. You sound identical to the guy who was saying all this stuff about Tszyu knocking off Shakur Stevenson. Now you're using the same mantra against Rolly. And Rolly's a much harder puncher than Shakur Stevens.
Let me say this, bro. See, you talking hard and loud. I've been in this business before all y'all was born. I was in this game. Dealt with all the gangsters, all the powers to be in this business. Before you, Rolly, Telefimo, Shakur, all y'all come in the world, I was in the fight game. Talk to me, doctor. Tell me I don't know.
I don't have nothing to say about it, sir. Only thing I'm just saying is I'm with my Rolando Romero to win.
We gonna see what happens.
So now that I've sufficiently straightened you out about the outcome of the Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez fight, I think you agree that Rolly's going to win. Let's talk about your. Let's talk about your.
And his crew at the Baptist Church in Twiston. Not my crew, but my crew is Catholic.
Let's talk about your brother-in-law going into the Hall of Fame, the great James Black Gold Schuler. Let's talk about that. That's coming up. We spent a decent time with your other brother-in-law, the very frightening Marty Schuler. He was nice enough to buy us lunch.
Let me say this, bro. My family is grateful to the New Jersey, to the Hall of Fame in New Jersey.
Yes.
Ray McCloud and his staff. My family is grateful that he put in James Black Gold Schuler, my brother-in-law. May him and my wife and my two daughters rest in peace.
I didn't hear you say anything about your father-in-law, sir. I didn't hear you say anything about your father-in-law.
Tracy and Sabrina and the rest of our family will be there. Little James and the crew, all of us will be there to put James in the Hall of Fame. Well as my fighter, Prince Charles Williams, and my dear sister, the Honorable Jackie Frazier Lau, the daughter of one of the great champions of our era and of all time, from Beaufort, South Carolina, by the way of North Philadelphia, Smoking Joe Frazier.
There you go.
September 25th, 26th, and 27th. I'll be there. Both the Chester and my dear sister-in-law, his lovely wife, will be there to witness history for Philadelphia. 3 outstanding Philadelphia fighters going in the same time. It's a blessing. And it's going to be a night. It's going to be September to remember. This is the 40th anniversary of James Schuler's death, and he's going in the hall. And I'm grateful for the New Jersey staff for putting him and my two fighters in.
Well, that sounds like a winner to me. I'm looking forward to being there. Like I said, we hung out with old Marty Schuler. I had a great time. And we hey, listen, I'm looking forward to doing it, man. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. And one thing that the people may not know, you might not even know this, Leon, I received the James Black Gold Schuler Good Citizenship Award from me and James's alumni, Benjamin Franklin High School, in 1986. So, I have a vested interest. James was always a great guy. He treated me like a younger brother, and that's my guy. And I too am eager. And also shout out to Judge Frazier Lau, one of my favorite people in the world, and your guy, not just your guy, Marcellus 50 Autry's guy, Prince Charles Williams, light heavyweight champion of the world. I remember him. That was your guy, Leon. That's when I first started seeing you, when you and 50 was hanging around.
Yes. I got into the title. Me and Smiley Billy Haber, we got into the title with Marty Feldman. We got into the title.
Yeah, Prince Charles is a great guy,
October
man.
29th, 1987, at the Hilton Hotel. It was a triple hitter. Tommy Hearns, Juan Rodin, Michael Knox, Daniel Knox, and Michael who just come home. Thank God he's home.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days, man.
So yeah, man, listen. I got all of this right here.
We got to do something big, Chuck, for the Hall of Fame, for the Hall of Fame weekend. So for the Hall of Fame weekend, because I'm going to call my connector down and give us a couple of rooms at the showboat. It's going to be at the Hard Rock. Me and you and the missus, we can walk down the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this right. And you get me mingling. I'm going to get me a whole bootleg suit from one of these churches. Come down here with my hat tipped, my alligator shoes on, and go back down memory lane.
There you go.
Like I'm at 24th and Oxford.
There you go. All right, then, Leon, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, man, and we'll wrap, man. I'll keep you posted when I drop this.
That's Leon Muhammad and the chapter sounding off from B.A.M. Promotion.
Hey, listen, you heard it, folks. I'm done with it. Bam!